begin in easy pose, finding Anjali Mudra, hands at the heart, and centering, finding your breath. And we'll start with some shoulder rolls, inhaling the shoulders up, exhaling them down, just a couple times here. And then we'll move on to the neck, gentle neck rolls in one direction, unhinging the jaw, letting go of the tongue, sides of the cheek. And as you breathe, inhale, exhale, finding the upward motion of the inhale, finding the downward flow of the exhale, and just feeling the collarbones, the chin, the backs of the shoulder blades begin to open as we awaken the tippy top of the spine. And then moving on into some full spinal flex. So inhaling forward, exhaling back, pressing the heart in and out, feeling the rolls of the belly and the organs of digestion, swelling and compressing. And then take a couple movements to the side, opening up the side body. Just a few movements here to get the side of the spine. Today's class will be short yin sequence designed to open up the hips, awaken the spine. And we'll start with a butterfly pose as our first pose. So bringing the heels together, letting the knees come out, and then making that connection with your spine again. Feeling the bottom of the pelvis, sacral joint, and lifting up through there, allowing for the wave of the spine. And then you can take a fold forward, releasing the upright and curling into a very relaxed, passive version of the spine. Can shake the head yes, shake the head no here, letting the shoulders drop out, letting the chin drop out. We'll be here for about 3 minutes or so, maybe a little bit longer than that. So as we're here, prepare to find your edge and meet that point of sensation in the low back and the hip flexors. Bring your hands forward and place your thumbs on the tip of your third eye. Just incorporating a little bit of mudra here, a little bit of intentional, subtle energy flow, bringing in gratitude and also signaling to the third eye to relax. Take an inhale in, take an exhale out. When you're ready, you can bring yourself back up to upright spine. And take a few more breaths here. Inhaling in, inhaling out. Perfect. And before you move, kind of give some light massage to the thighs. Bring the knees together, and you can start moving them from side to side to get that blood flowing again. And when your hips feel nice and even, you can flip back on over to your hands and your knees, gearing up for Anahatasana, heart melting pose, also known as puppy pose. And so here, your palms are pressing into the earth, and you are widening the shoulder blades, finding lots of length in the spine, and then allowing the hips to open as well, allowing the hip flexors to turn out slightly. And we'll also be here for about 3 to 4 minutes, and really just allowing our spines to lengthen, for our whole back body to be opened, as well as the hips. Anahatasana. Anahata is the heart chakra. It is the energy center that evokes compassion and loving kindness and joy. It is associated with the color green. And so as you are breathing here, concentrating on your inhale and exhale, if you want to imagine an emerald colored breath, inhaling and exhaling from your body, that can be a really nice subtle way to send some love to the heart chakra. It's also associated with a nice light pink color. So if you prefer visualizing this pink ephemeral breath, then feel free to do that. We'll just be here for another minute or two. If you want to extend the pose, you can bring your chin out, and that will kind of lengthen the spine. You can do that for the last little minute. And then when you're ready, go ahead and sit back into child's pose as a counterbalance for that deep spine elongation. And we'll just go ahead and fold back to let it relax and decompress. Can bring the knees wide. If it feels good to take a wide-legged child's pose, feel free to do that. Good. Deep inhale in. Deep exhale out. Lift up and over to lying prone on the belly. So now full body relaxation. Not a lot of deep stretching going on here. You should feel the low back sort of neutralize, feeling the tops of the legs also kind of float downward. And then from here, we're just going to take a little wake up stretch, reaching back for the left heel with the left arm, and just stretching out the quads here, the psoas muscle, lightly warming the psoas up for our next yin pose. You can go ahead and flip over and do the other side, holding for 10 to 15 seconds here. maybe taking about 5 to 10 breaths. And when you're ready, lifting up into a little baby cobra or whatever sort of spinal stretch feels good to transition. Doing little puppy pose here, not as wide as the Anahatasana. And then from tabletop, transitioning to sleeping swan pose. So for each of these sides, we'll be here more like 2 to 3 minutes than 3 to 4. So you can sort of mentally prepare for that. And this is a very juicy stretch for the hips, for the low back, for the knees, for the iliotibial. It's just a really great stretch that covers all corners. And we will be here for at least 1 more minute. So settle in, settling the shoulders, trying to balance your spine. What feels even to you? Searching for that nice balance, feeling both hips melting down, squared and parallel. And as you are undoubtedly meeting your edge here, surrender into that sensation. Or if it's just painful, then back up a little bit. Lift the hips up and bring the left knee in just a little bit more if it's too intense. It's really your practice, your body, your choices in each moment that you make. When you're ready, you can inhale and lift the torso up and then reach back again for a short quad stretch, and then release into down dog, and we'll move on to the other side, moving to the left leg. And this side could be different. You can use some stacked fist here to melt your forehead on. If you have any other props that might feel nice here, take your time to get them. And we'll settle in on the second side. Breathing in and breathing out. Maybe letting a small smile stretch across the face as you hold this pose. Bringing awareness to the appreciation of the practice of growth. Really releasing the hamstrings here through the knees. They thread through the knees. So see if you can soften your knees. See if you can keep squaring your hips. Listening to yourself from this quiet space. And when you're ready, inhaling up, finding that quad stretch again, just a real brief mermaid pose. And then from here, if you're not feeling too sleepy and sluggish, kind of like I am, you can reach back into a wide-legged down dog. Yeah, take the feet just a little bit wider than normal. And then come back down into a tabletop, and then slowly make your way onto your back, taking your time here. This is a yin class, so there is lots of time and space to move slow, to move with mindfulness, taking in all the mechanics of your beautiful being. And settle into reclining goddess pose, lying on the back, knees come apart. You're in a butterfly, reclined position now. And you can, send the feet forward to take a little bit of that intensity away in the hip flexors. If you have pillows or blankets, feel free to use those here for your comfort. I got my hands on my belly and really just connecting to my breath here, taking those full, deep inhales that inflate the belly, inflate the diaphragm, and then those exhales that, decompress it, sending it inward. From here, you can release into Shavasana if you want to kind of be done stretching here and just want to ground down into the earth. You can feel free to stay as you are in butterfly pose. And this is just a little brief Shavasana. These short practices are meant to be like a little nap, a little 20-minute nap for your nervous system. So just rest another moment or two. And when you're ready, you can begin to wiggle toes, stretch out, and then bring the knees in for a little sacral massage. Bringing in a sense of completion to your practice today by giving yourself a little hug, giving yourself a final release of the hips, the low back, feeling your spine melted and melded together in one long wave. Deep inhale in, deep exhale out, coming onto one side and slowly pressing your way back up, finding easy pose for a short meditation on gratitude, connecting to anahata, compassion, joy, emerald green energy. It's been a joy to share this practice with you on this beautiful land. I hope that you enjoyed it. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more desert yoga.